Hey everybody, my name is Orjan Nilsen, and right now you're watching Toasted.
I was about to say welcome, but I mean, this is more your show than mine, so thanks for having me.
Thank you. My pleasure, man. It's good to have you here. Yeah.
How was your gig? I saw a couple of shots, but the crowd went wild, man.
Oh, dude, it was absolutely insane. This is one of those mind-numbing experiences where you just go back and like, wow, did that just happen? Absolutely insane.
You were rocking out yourself as well, pretty hard.
It's impossible for me not to. I think I have so much fun doing this. It's just, when I'm right up there, that's not a job. I mean, come on, that is a passion, it's a life. So it's just, wow, I'm still not over it, man. This is insane.
We've been talking to a lot of DJs here tonight, and actually what they all say is the most important thing of this event is energy between the DJ and the crowd.
Well, that's definitely, I would say, chemistry in general. But yeah, like the energy out there in the crowd tonight, it's a very thankful job when you have that kind of crowd. But yeah, it's definitely about energy, and I think every single DJ has brought it tonight, so yeah, definitely.
How important is the State of Trance for you?
Oh my God, this kind of skyrocketed my career, right? So it's one of the most important gigs ever. And it's family, you know? Everybody here is family.
How did you get involved?
Like in the beginning? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was shown a couple of trance CDs back when I was 12, 13, and after that I was just hooked on the idea.
No shit.
Yeah, it's how can you not be? Come on, this music is absolutely infectious. And then all of a sudden, when I was in 2005, I sent a demo into Armada, and Armin van Buuren added me to MSN, and boom, here I am.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. This is, I mean, so how did you find out? I mean, that he started playing your music?
Well, basically, there's this guy called Danje Ryers, who's a member of Primer back in the days, and he was the guy who sent it into Armin. And Armin said, "Dude, I love your music." And then he played it on a State of Trance, and I heard it. I'm like, "This has to be a joke. Somebody is like pulling a fast one on me, even though it's a really good fast one, but they still did it." And I just realized, okay, he started playing all my tracks. And he loved it, and he got in contact. He got actually started talking a lot, and he just kept supporting me all the time. It was insane. Yeah, it's. I mean, when you got somebody like Armin van Buuren supporting you, I mean, your confidence level kind of raised a bit. So you want. I felt okay. Now it's time to do this full time, and it worked out. Who would know?
Pretty good. Yeah. Hey, like I told you when we first met, like a couple of seconds ago, you were singing "Party Girl" on the radio for like 30 million people. Well, and actually pretty good.
Really? You thought that was good?
Yeah, you got a lot of props there.
Thank you. Well, Barbie Girl is an old Norwegian/Danish classic. So it's an undying track, which is I have close to heart from my younger days. I mean, it's Life in Classic is fantastic, so how can you not love it?
I think I like your version better than the original. Even though Aqua's great, I mean.
I gotta admit that track is actually really good. Even though it's a bit funny and it's a bit juvenile, it's still an awesome track. Yeah.
Hey, talking about trance music, we've been doing interviews since '91. Back in the days, I would never expect this scene to be alive and kicking in 2017.
You know what? I think this scene will never die, because no one will ever get tired of rhythm and melodies and the kind of vibe you have in one of these events. This will never die. We'll just get there. That's my prediction of it.
But I mean, dance is so popular, especially EDM is so popular right now that people are like, well, we've had the hate now. The only way is down.
No, because that's the thing. EDM in general means electronic dance music. So like everybody's like talking about EDM is actually big room, but EDM is electronic dance music, and because of all the different genres and subgenres you have, it will never die because there will always be supporter of these tracks. And the technology is there. That's why it will never die. So, yeah.
I was surprised to find out that even though we are in Utrecht in Holland right now, there's so many nationalities here.
You know what? That's one of the most humbling experiences when you see a trans family from South Korea, Brazil, like all over the world, every single continent is just amazing. And it's that's when you know you've done something right. You can see people with your sign coming from, let's say, Argentina, and you're like, wow, they can hear me down there. And I'm from all the way up north. I'm in the last mainland before the North Pole, and people in Argentina is listening to my music. That's some pretty sick stuff.
That's really
yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been plowing through your discography a little. Some titles that struck me was Crispy Duck.
Yeah, that was a collaboration between me and John O'Callaghan. We were in Australia and we started up a track. And the day before we started the track, we've had some really nice crispy duck at a Chinese restaurant. So we thought, okay, this is pretty nice too. So let's call it that. That's how things get named.
So what happened in Amsterdam that you decided to write a track about that too?
Oh my God. I mean, Amsterdam is the city of dreams for anybody who wants to be in this kind of music. I grew up listening to people playing at the Rai Center and everything. You know what? That's one of my biggest regrets, that I wasn't old enough to be at the Rai Inner City Center when Inner City was a part of it.
Really? Because I was there. I'm old. It was an exceptional mix of so many styles. It wasn't just Chesto. I mean, there were so many people.
And now you're making me jealous, so thank you. But yeah, definitely.
You earn way more than I do, so.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I can't tell that. But it's like, I gotta admit, that's still something that's when I got into it as well. Like the DJing stuff, I got into in around 98 and 99 when I saw like Armin playing all the big gigs and Tiesto playing all the big gigs. Even did Sean and Johan Gielen back in the days as well.
Yeah.
So it's like that it's sort of my culture as well. So I've been having it since I was young. It's in my blood, man. I can't get rid of it.
Another thing that I love is you were actually a producer who also releases albums. And this is a thing that not too many people do now. A lot of DJ producers decide for their career it's probably more efficient to release singles. You have one out yourself actually right now, Renegades, together with Jochen Miller. But you also produce albums, even though your last album, No Saying Out of Me, was from 2013.
Yeah. Well, the thing about albums is the fact you get much more artistic freedom. You can go further lengths, push boundaries more, because it's your view of music. You know what I mean? My first album was called In My Opinion. I should have called every single album that, just because it really is, in my opinion. So, but I think making an album is a statement from me, as well as like getting people to, listen to the music more. Yeah. I mean, you can release singles every single week, more or less, but an album is a statement.
So when's the next album due?
I would say late summer this year.
That's good news.
Yes.
Because, I mean, that took you 3 years. So it must have been a special one.
Actually, it more or less took 4 years, yes, and it has been a long time coming. But unfortunately, it's sometimes really hard to combine all the touring life and like traveling so much and mixing an album as well. So like I've been producing this album for 1.5 years already. So
how many tracks are done?
Actually, quite a few. I'm not going to tell you the exact number yet, but it's going to be quite a few tracks.
So about 10 tracks are done already?
Probably more.
So how many tracks will you produce in the album? Because I mean, normally, if you know, and I would think final, there'd be like 12 tracks maybe max.
You know what? That's what I was thinking as well. But unfortunately, it's like when I produce stuff, I produce quite fast. Plus, I love producing, so it's probably going to be more tracks than.
So it's hard to kill your darlings, probably.
Yeah, exactly. yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's good news, because I mean, and that's the thing, I mean, I'm a music lover, and if I'm a fan of a DJ producer, I don't want a single. I want shitloads of music.
Exactly. Like I got to be honest with you, it's like there's going to be a lot of singles from the album. It's going to be different versions of it, and I think people are going to enjoy that too. But in the end, this is going to be like a little bit view of what I can do. It's more of an artistic album, and then it might be a clubbier version of the album coming out later on.
Hey, what holds the near future for you? I mean, the album will be in summer. So before that, what are your plans?
Oh, so many gigs, so many releases too, because a lot of singles are coming out before the album. So it's going to be a very, very, very busy start to 2017. But you know what? It's that kind of year. It just feels right. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I'm going to focus a lot more on my own label as well, called In My Opinion. So guys,
why call it that?
Well, because
you have a strong opinion.
I very much so. Good. But it's like if I sign a track, it's in my opinion. It's like in my opinion, this is good, so I'll release it. It's that simple. Yeah.
What struck me is that you have a lot of outspoken fans, and I was going through your Instagram feed, and there was a reaction of a female singer-songwriter from the States thanking you for playing a track that you probably collaborated on. And then it struck me like, wow, you're playing here, she's listening to your set, hearing that you're playing this track, and like 10 seconds later, it's worldwide. Yeah, it's so awesome.
It's a brand new world. Nothing is contained anymore, and it's out there for everybody to listen. And you know what? People deserve this. People deserve to listen to this kind of music everywhere in the world. So it's kind of humbling as well, seeing the people when I play tracks from other people. It's just like it's awesome to see, especially this. I'm guessing you're talking about Jess, because I'm a big fan of her, a big fan. So that she actually recognized that was pretty good. I like that. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks so much for your time, man.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.